And the question of the night, what percent chance will Major League Baseball be playing on August 1st? Hit up KHOU.com/vote now or that KHOU 11 app and be a part of the show. And now, reaching a deal on June 1st between the players and owners likely not happening. There is no evidence of progress in the discussions, according to John Heyman of MLB Network, though both sides are optimistic that a deal can be reached on the economics of what a shortened Major League season will look like. Which brings us to tonight's first guest, former Major League scout Jeremy Booth, our KHOU 11 baseball analyst.
Jeremy, a group of owners apparently are willing to shut down the game to slash payroll and reduce costs. Do you think that will actually happen?
I don't think it's going to happen, Jason, but it doesn't surprise me that some would want to do that. You know, in this game, we have a tendency to repeat ourselves, you know, kind of like any other walk of life. And sometimes owners can forget the purpose of what's on the field, what's driving baseball in the first place. So it doesn't surprise me if some owners say, you know what, forget the whole thing, we're just going to shut it down.
I think it's important for both sides to kind of read the room that we're in right now. Look, there's a huge opportunity for Major League Baseball to come back. If they had their stuff together, they could have come back in June. There was nobody in June. The National Women's Soccer League is coming back on June 27th. That's the first pro sports league that's going to be back. I think everybody's got to realize what the situation is out there, especially with the fan base that they're catering to. 40 million people are out of work. A lot of these bickering, these fights of money, it's not going to sit well with the people that are sitting at home. I think it's important to maybe take some short-term cuts now for long-term gain. Get back on the field. Right now is an important time to get back on the field. Look, I understand both sides. Everybody's dealing with money. They want theirs. I get it. But read the room a little bit.
But Jeremy, wouldn't it be easy to say that Major League Baseball players have I don't want to say a distrust with the ownership? Unless they really truly open their books, how will players actually know what the true finances are for them to negotiate a deal to get what would be an appropriate salary structure?
They're not going to open the books. I mean, two words, right? Antitrust exemption. It's not going to happen. They're not going to open the books and show the players what they're really making. Scott Boras, I believe, made this comment, and I'm not he's a polarizing guy, but he made one comment that really rang true. Don't privatize the profits and socialize the losses. You don't do that. And so if they're not going to give the players an extra revenue share when they're making $10.7 billion, right? Then it's a gross revenue. They can't turn around and say, hey, you know what? We're only going to make X this year, so you have to take less. We have to pay you 25% of what you're making. It doesn't work that way, especially when the players already agreed to a prorated portion of their contract without asking any other questions. They said, we get it. No season, no half a season, quarter season, fine. We're going to go ahead and agree to that because we want to play baseball. To come back to them a second time isn't something that's really going to work.
But Jeremy, to the point that I was making a little while ago, isn't it important for people to read the room in these negotiations a little bit?
You know, they got to understand that the country's in a form of crisis. And throughout the years, baseball's usually had a way of bringing the country back together. So you'd like to think that's not any more or less unique right now. However, we're in a different time in baseball. You know, baseball has gone to a very analytical, minimal value, minimal return. They try to consistently tell players they're not worth what the players traditionally have been worth in today's model. So there's a whole lot of pent-up frustration here on that side that may not necessarily allow them to read the room, so to speak, as you say it, and get to something for the greater good, where in past years that would happen.
The Astros are one of the teams that will continue to pay their minor league players, joining clubs like the Royals, the Tigers, the Padres. Were you surprised that the Astros joined that group of teams that will continue to pay their players?
No, I was not. I
wasn't either.
No.
Because I think it would have been a debacle from a PR standpoint,
Yes.
right?
That's correct. They have to pretty much do everything right from a PR perspective from this point forward.
This is the luckiest organization in creation, okay? I mean, these guys, all they've been through, all they've done, and then, you know, with things like Astros Shame Tour out there, they turn around and they go into 2020, and we bang the season. We're like, oh, we're not, hold on, pause, we're not going to continue. And then we have no fans, so we don't have to worry about people holding up signs. We don't have to worry about people banging fake trash cans. We have none of that. We're just going to go out to be able to play baseball. I will say this: under the old GM, I don't think they would have done it. I think they would have just said, you know what, forget it. We're going to release 60 guys and no one else gets paid. Would have followed the A's model. Under this GM and this owner who is trying to redeem himself in the community of baseball, not just in Houston, but community of baseball, it makes perfect sense that they would do this. Frankly, it's the right thing to do. These players are not allowed to go anywhere else. It's it's not a ton of money on their bottom line. It's a lot of money in volume, but on their bottom line, it's not. And these guys are now sitting at home, unable to go get a regular job because we've got 40 million unemployed. They don't know when they're going to start or if they're going to go back. It's absolutely the right thing to do. Good for the Astros.
Jeremy, our question of the night: percent chance we'll see Major League Baseball playing on August 1st. What percent chance?
90%. 90%. We're playing. We got to play. Everybody knows we got to play. We're playing. And to be honest with you, I don't think anybody wants to stay home. Blake Snell's comments aside, we're playing.
Daniel?
I'm going to go about 80% right now because money is a powerful thing. So I'm going to go 80% because I think you're right. When these leagues in the United States see like the Premier League in England, La Liga in Spain, Serie A in Italy, they're getting back on the field, and you guys can't figure something out. We can't get back on the field now when those per capita death rates in those countries were higher than the United States. They got to get back on the field. I'm putting it 80%.
I'm going to say 75%. I'm going to say 75% because I still am a little bit curious if we're going to have another bump, I guess you would say, unfortunately, when it comes to the numbers of deaths with COVID, sadly. And I'm wondering how the professional sports leagues will deal with that. So I'm going to put 75%. And of course, from that point and that perspective, will the teams be all in one spot or will they be back in their home ballparks? I think that's another issue as well because you've got to negotiate that as well as the salary structure for these guys.
Yeah, they're going to be in their home ballparks. I mean, the league wants them in their ballparks, TV rights and stadiums and clubhouses and health. And, there's still a lot to talk through. Unfortunately, we have to hope that, the unrest we're seeing right now doesn't contribute to another rise in COVID, right? Because that's obviously a risk that we're all going to see beyond the angst and frustration people are feeling. But assuming things continue to go well, they're going to want them in their home ballparks, and players want to be in their home cities or around their families, be bigger rosters. They'll make enough concessions to get it done. No one's ever had to prepare for anything like this. They'll figure it out.
Jeremy Booth, thanks for being on Sports Extra as always. And hey, we can hear Bernie in the background.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bernie.
He wants to hang out with you, so I think you should go.
You got to go, guys. Great to be back.